Both are stars. Both are beloved in their fields. Both can fill up stadiums of fans. When Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce finally crossed paths, it became a love story beyond everyone's wildest dreams. Passion, commitment, and success. There is lots that Taylor and Travis have in common.
Looking out into the crowd and being in a completely new place, seeing that it's sold out, seeing that people know the words to the songs, it's really, really incredible.
Join the captivating journey of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce as this documentary delves into their headline-making romance, navigating the blurred lines between genuine affection and media spectacle, leaving audiences to ponder whether their love story will stand the test of time.
We love to shine light on others, shine light around the people that help and support us. And on top of that, I feel like we both have just a love for life.
This is The Real Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. It all started in 2016 when Kelce played Kiss, Marry, Kill in an interview with AfterBuzz TV, with the choices being Ariana Grande, Katy Perry, and Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, being the Kiss, ended up gaining traction as the interview resurfaced in 2023. Travis saw Taylor on her 2023 Eras Tour in Kansas City. He has revealed that he had tried to shoot his shot with her after the show. However, the stars weren't entirely aligned, as Taylor is said not to meet before or after the show to save her voice.
I was disappointed that she doesn't talk before or after her shows because she has to save her voice for the 44 songs that she sings. So I was a little butthurt I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I made for her.
You made her a bracelet?
Yeah. If you're up on Taylor Swift concerts, there are friendship bracelets, and I received a bunch of them being there, but I wanted to give Taylor Swift one with my number on it. Not right now.
Ooh, and your number's in 87 or your phone number?
You know which one.
Taylor heard that Travis had shouted her out on his podcast, which she thought was metal as hell. In September the same year, the press reports that Swift and Kelce have been spending time together. Although the sources would say that the pair weren't officially dating, fans became excited about the rumors. Kelce and Swift were noticeably avoidant about talking about their love life around this time. On September 24th, Swift was spotted at one of Kelce's games in Kansas City. She was photographed supporting him in the stands alongside his mother. Taylor and Travis were spotted leaving the game after, driving off into the sunset. Later, Taylor would tell Time magazine that, by the time I went to that first game, we were a couple. It certainly wouldn't be the last time that Taylor would be spotted supporting Travis at his games. Over the following months, Taylor would be consistently photographed in the booth cheering with friends or family. In October 2023, the pair had separate duties at SNL, but would be photographed together, heading to the show after party and engaging in dinner dates.
Woo!
Guys, don't go forward. Don't go forward.
Hey, Travis. Hey, Taylor. Looking amazing.
Although Although Travis had maintained a level of fame for years before Taylor, the sheer magnitude of Swift's celebrity would certainly be an adjustment period. Kelsey is known to have moved to a different house, seeking a higher level of privacy. In November, Taylor returned on her world tour. Travis flew out to see her show in Buenos Aires. The football player was seen in the crowd hanging out with Taylor's father. During the concert, Taylor publicly acknowledged Travis, changing a lyric in her song Karma as a nod to her new lover.
Takes all my friends to the summit. Karma is the guy on the trees. Coming to the
The night would prove to be iconic in Taylor and Travis's public acknowledgement of their relationship. After the show, fans videoed Taylor running into Travis's arm before kissing him in a moment of unbridled affection. Since this moment, Travis and Taylor's fairy tale romance has been well documented through paparazzi photos and footage of Taylor watching Travis's football games. Swift was also seen wearing a necklace with Kelsey's birthstone on it, an opal. After some time, the couple were seen positively obsessed with each other, holding hands and spending a lot of one-on-one time together. It is stated that Kelsey is a gentleman, focused on his career, and has a great relationship with his family. With Swift's first appearance at Kelsey's game in Kansas City becoming one of the year's most buzzed about moments, the couple have been seen to be the happiest together and have reported feeling like they've known each other for years.
Everyone is so captivated with your relationship. Some people have likened you to the American Royals because you're a football player and she's a pop star. Why do you think everyone's so fascinated with you two?
I think the values that we stand for and just, who we are as people. We love to shine light on others, shine light around the people that help and support us. And on top of that, I feel like we both have just a love for life.
They've been able to develop a mutual connection and desire for each other, and are said to share many similar interests. Taylor has officially stated, "When you say a relationship is public, that means I'm going to see him do what he loves. We're showing up for each other. Other people are there, and we don't care. We're just proud of each other." Taylor Swift is one of the most successful and famous figures in the music business. Her incredible journey began with a girl, a guitar, and a dream. She was born on December 13th, 1989 in Reading, Pennsylvania.
Well, Taylor Swift, known as America's sweetheart, really did have very much an idyllic American childhood. I mean, she grew up on a Christmas tree farm, for heaven's sake, in rural Pennsylvania with a very close family unit. Her dad's a stockbroker. She has one brother, Austin, very close with her family. Taylor has said repeatedly her mom is her best friend.
Similarly, Travis is also known to have a close relationship with his mother, Donna.
She's a saint. My mother is absolute sweetheart, and you can ask her anything. She's very down to earth, very humble. Will never take the praise. She'll always put it on somebody else, and that's why we love her. And she's just been amazing, and it's been so cool to see everybody appreciate her and accept her the way she is.
Travis Michael Kelce is an American football tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs of the National Football League. His father, Ed Kelce, is a sales representative in the steel industry, and his mother is a former bank executive. His brother Jason was also a professional football player, playing center for the Philadelphia Eagles, retiring in 2024. Both set of parents are their child's biggest fans. often seen supporting them throughout their careers. The pair both realized their individual talents early on. By age 7, Swift began participating in various youth theater productions. Her interest in musical theater later evolved into a love for country music.
You can fake humility and pretend to be humble, but you can't do that for very long. You honestly do have to have humility to be a country star, to be able to say, look, here I am, I'm laying myself in front of you, I hope you like me, because I'm not better than you, I am you. You know, I'm not singing about things that are alien to you, I'm trying to sing things that you feel as I do. That sense of humility of I'm not better than the audience is very, very deep and very, very profound in the culture.
Swift has cited Shania Twain as being one of her biggest influences.
Shania has a very glamorous look and a lot of fun with her videos, and I think Taylor likes that. The other thing is Shania sings a lot about real life, what she's gone through herself, very honest and open ballads, and I think Taylor resonates with that as well.
The young Taylor would perform anywhere she could, from coffee houses to sporting events. She eventually started garnering a name for herself. At 11, Swift won a local talent contest, leading to her appearing as the opening act for Charlie Daniels. Taylor's love for country music encouraged her to travel to Nashville, Tennessee with her mother to pursue a career in the genre.
Nashville is the last place, I believe, not just in America, but in the world, where the craft of songwriting is nurtured and respected and loved. And by songwriting, I don't mean, baby, baby, That's a song in LA. It is not a song in Nashville. That just will not do. You know, you are supposed to say something when you sing in a club in Nashville.
Along Music Row, she would submit a demo of Dolly Parton and Dixie Chicks covers to record labels. At age 12, Taylor began to play the guitar and wrote her first song, Lucky You.
And I remember talking to her about how she would walk down the street in Nashville. It's called Music Row because all the music companies, record labels, publishers, there's a vast array of them all along the same street. So you can just go up and down the street and hit all these different companies. And she would go from door to door, knocking on the doors and go, "Hi, I'm Taylor, I write songs. Would you give me a deal?" And you know, at that point, an 11-year-old isn't going to get much credibility, but she kept at it.
In 2003, Swift and her parents started working with New York-based music manager Dan Dimtro. With Dimtro's help, Swift modeled for Abercrombie & Fitch as part of their Rising Stars campaign, had an original song included on a Maybelline compilation CD, and attended meetings with major record labels.
Well, for me, you know, the long period of time occurred from when I was 10 years old to when I was about 15. I mean, I spent that entire time trying to get a record deal and actually moved to Nashville when I was 13 and didn't get a record deal right away, didn't get a record deal at all. So I signed a publishing deal and became a staff songwriter at Sony ATV Publishing. And so I would write every single day after school because it was a job, you know. I was a paid songwriter when I was 14, so I wrote songs in Nashville for 2.5 years.
After performing original songs at an RCA Records showcase, the 8th grader was given an artist development deal and began frequent trips to Nashville with her mother. To help Taylor break into country music, her father transferred to the Nashville office of Merrill Lynch, and the family relocated to a lakefront house in Hendersonville, Tennessee. When she was 13 years old, Swift signed an artist development deal with RCA Records.
And they really took a chance on me that I was the youngest person they ever signed. So I'd been writing since I was 12 years old, and when I was 14, I really started to co-write around Nashville, and that was really, really fun because I'd been writing by myself. And getting involved in the whole songwriting community in Nashville really helped me along and helped me on my way to, becoming an artist.
She would leave the label 2 years later, as the company wanted her to wait until she was 18 to release an album. Taylor believed she was ready to launch her career with her own material.
For me, songwriting is everything. I didn't want to sign with a record label that wouldn't let me write all my own music. For me, making an album is about telling stories, making confessions, and writing songs so detailed that each guy knows which song is about him, It's like they're all very personal, and so songwriting has been everything as far as me being an artist and being able to say what I want to say. It's been wonderful.
It showed that Taylor didn't just want to be famous. Most people come to town, they'll do whatever it takes to be successful. If somebody wants them to sing other people's songs, fine. Other people sing their songs, absolutely, it'll bring in royalties. For Taylor, she wanted to be on a record label, but she didn't want to do other people's songs. She wanted to have a publishing deal, but she didn't want other people to do her songs.
In 2005, she would catch the attention of Scott Borchetta, a DreamWorks Records executive at an industry showcase in Nashville. Borchetta was preparing to form his own independent label called Big Machine Records. Swift would become one of the label's first signings. Under Big Machine Records, Swift would begin to record her self-titled debut album. It would be released in 2006 to positive reviews.
For a kid of that age and at that level in her career to basically have that clear-headed a sense of who she was and what she wanted, I've never seen anything like it.
Thank you. It's a song I wrote about ex-girlfriends who don't exactly know that they're ex-girlfriends. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. This is called Permanent Marker.
And it started small. It was not one of those debut albums that comes out and is at #1 on the charts and then kind of falls. It was a build and a build and a build and a build, and it kept selling over several years and is still putting up 1,000 or 2,000 units every week. So people are still discovering that first album.
I think Taylor Swift took everyone by surprise with that first album. I think what took me by surprise was the maturity of this kid.
Well, I think what was so extraordinary about Taylor's first album is that there were so many hits on the album, and as one song would become, go straight to #1, another one was coming out.
The dream for me, I always just wanted to make it in country music. That's what I wanted. I think your dreams change as you start to achieve more of them. I'd love to write songs for other artists. I love to have a double platinum album. I think part of being in this business is being competitive and being somewhat restless, always wanting to achieve more than you have, and it's kind of like playing yourself. You want to beat what you've already done. So I'm just hoping that, I have a second album that does as well as the first, and, someday get to be a headliner and always be the same person that I started out as.
Her songs sounded very refreshing to me, because this was a teenager who was happy to sound like a teenager. We'd had the Britneys and Christina Aguileras and performers like that where everybody's trying to move beyond their years. And she was happy being in the years that she was living in, and it sounded very believable.
Travis and Taylor both demonstrate a commitment to honing their skills. While Taylor was working on her music career, Travis attended Cleveland Heights High School, where he was a 3-sport athlete in basketball, football, and baseball. Excelling exceptionally well at football, he became a 3-year letter winner as quarterback.
You know, I attribute a lot of who I am and what I've done in life to the city that I'm from, Cleveland Heights, Ohio. The high school that I went to, the communities and the people in that community gave me a great perspective on what life is and how to appreciate everybody else and how to bring people along in life. And I think that that understanding growing up, I've just taken that with me, and I wanted to, you know, give that same way of life to other people.
He became a 3-year letter winner as quarterback. Considered a 2-star recruit, Kelce went on to accept a scholarship offer from University of Cincinnati over 3 other offers. He graduated in 2022 with a Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies degree. Swift, on the other hand, would soon release her second studio album, Fearless, in November 2008. Swift wrote 7 of the album's songs, including 2 singles, and co-wrote the remaining 6 songs. She co-produced the album with Nathan Chapman. The lead single from the album, Love Story, was released in September 2008 and became the second best-selling country single of all time.
And I said, Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting. All there's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story. Baby, just say yes.
It's been amazing, you know, just all the things that have happened, seeing my album go double platinum, getting to tour with my heroes, and topping it all off with like a Grammy nomination. I'm really, really in awe of it all.
Swift went on her first headlining tour in support of Fearless, playing shows in North America, Europe, Australia, and Asia. The tour was attended by more than 1.1 million fans and grossed over $63 million.
I'm just so excited. I cannot believe all the sellouts. Like, when I get a call like that, when they're like, oh, by the way, the tour sold out Madison Square Garden in a minute. I don't know how to react to that other than to just start jumping up and down and screaming.
This tour has been so amazing because the fans have just absolutely made me feel like I've won the lottery of dreams coming true. When I'm up there and I look down and I see all of these t-shirts that people have made, and the signs that they make are hilarious, just very creative.
Well, tonight I'm just gonna dance around with my band and my crew and my record label and freak out, because honestly, I never imagined that the unattainable thing that I had always held in my mind and my imagination would happen to me at 19. And I've watched every single year of my life, I've watched the CMA Awards. Every single year that I can remember watching CMA Awards. So I know what this means, and that's why I am so at a loss for words right now. Addressing the pace of my career, I feel like I look at it from both ways. Of course, it feels like just yesterday that I was knocking on doors of Nashville going, hey, will you listen to my demo? But then again, I feel so lucky to know you guys and to have talked to you in press rooms and to have been an opening act for every single person that I was nominated against in the Entertainer of the Year category. I'm I'm just very appreciative right now.
At the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards, Taylor won the award for the Best Video by a Female Artist for her song, You Belong With Me. It was another achievement in a now long line of milestones for a young Taylor. However, this moment has gone down in pop culture history due to a certain stage invader, rapper Kanye West. Her acceptance speech was interrupted by Kanye, who believed Beyoncé should have won the award instead.
Everyone was shocked. Here comes Taylor to receive a very well-deserved reward, and he gets up and makes an absolute idiot of himself, rambling about Beyoncé, who looked horrified in the audience. He was not doing her any favors either.
And she just handled it very gracefully, incredibly professionally.
I think what was interesting to me about that whole debacle was that the world, really the world, kind of stood up and said, leave her alone, don't pick on her, we like her.
And everybody in the world saw that for what it was. And the way she handled it was classic Taylor. You know, she was just as gracious as ever.
I think that's one of those places where she kind of grew up in the public eye, because people saw from that she could handle a crisis situation and just stay calm, just go on about things.
She was very gracious. She never really criticized Kanye, who basically went into hiding after the incident because he had embarrassed himself so badly and ended up apologizing profusely on Twitter for really offending not just Taylor, but really a lot of her fans.
She released her third studio album, Speak Now, in October 2010. Speak Now was a major commercial success, debuting at #1 on the US Billboard 200 chart.
No.
Oh.
No, it's too big for me. I can't lift it up.
That's gigantic.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
What?
So Taylor, on behalf of Big Machine Records and our partners Universal Music Group Worldwide, we are so proud to present to you this plaque that indicates you have sold more than 20 million records worldwide.
Oh my
And you have to carry that home now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I have to find a wall big enough for this.
I'm absolutely blown away by the 20 million records plaque. It's just sort of beyond my comprehension to get a plaque like that. And the fact that the fans have done that much for me in such a short period of time is just unreal. And I'm so excited and so thankful. I remember, coming up in the music industry and I would make goals for myself that were just ahead of the last goal I had just accomplished. I would never make a goal that was so far down the line that I felt like it was unattainable. A 20 million record plaque, in my mind, just always seems unattainable. I never would have imagined that would be a possibility for a goal. I was hoping to be able to sell one record, be able to make a record, to be able to have songs that people could hear. That's the fact that that's happening now, and the 20 million plaque is just, it's all the fans, and I'm just at a loss again for words.
It was at this point that Taylor started to experiment with her music and created singles for a pop demographic. She went on to release yet another album, Red, in October 2012.
I always expected to have to do a lot of stressing out about selling tickets. And then I went on my first headlining tour and everything just sold out. And I was like, really? This is how this works? I've never expected that kind of success. I've never just felt entitled to my shows selling out or things like this happening to me. But the fact that they have happened to me has been wonderful. And I hope that the second leg of the tour is as successful as the first.
We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together and I Knew You Were Trouble were both international hits. I Knew You Were Trouble was written about One Direction's Harry Styles, whom Taylor dated for several months around the time of Red's release.
One of the things I think people like about Taylor Swift, particularly her young fans, is that her awkwardness with men. She has been dumped, she has been rejected, and she sings about it very openly. Taylor herself has said, I'm not the girl who always has a boyfriend. I'm the girl who rarely has a boyfriend. And I think a lot of girls who feel awkward of any age can relate to that.
By this time, Taylor was becoming known for singing about her relationships, often engaging in very public relationships with other celebrities. Throughout her musical career, Swift dated stars such as Joe Jonas and Harry Styles. Some songs about her lovers were also made throughout her career, but without Taylor's openness and honesty about her romantic life and exes, we wouldn't have some of her best lyrical work. Taylor's monumental success was mirrored by Travis's, as he took part in many football seasons from 2013. His lifelong dedication to sports and football has won him many fans across the globe. He is considered one of the most excellent tight ends of all time, holding an NFL record for most consecutive and most overall seasons with 1,000 yards receiving by a tight end, with 7.
I used to lose sleep over the success I had early on, or the lack of success I would have early on, whether it was drops or just not being ready for the moment. Not having any success in the pass game in certain games, and I used to have that desire to say, man, I want to be the best. I want to be known as the one that had the most yards, the one that had the most catches, the one that had the most touchdowns and the most Super Bowls. And you got to be so fortunate to even go to the playoffs, let alone get plays drawn up for you and things like that. So I've rechanneled that to just being the best teammate that I possibly can, day in, day out, and at the end of the year, let the chips fall where they may, and see who's the best team out there. And I enjoy having team success a lot more than I enjoy having my individual success week to week.
He also briefly had the single-season record in 2018 before it was broken later that same day.
I'd stand by that this team has every piece that it needs to be great. Everybody can talk about whatever they want to talk about. That's our weakness. I know that we got a team that can put points up, and I know we got the coaches to be able to put us in a great position to succeed, and that's where we're moving going forward. It just takes guys to lock in and just be ready for those big-time moments when we need them most.
During the 2022 season, Kelce became the fastest tight end to reach 10,000 career receiving yards, and he became the 5th tight end in NFL history to reach the milestone. He was named to NFL's 2010s All-Decade Team. Outside of football, Kelce has appeared on reality TV, scripted television, and in advertisements. He co-hosts the podcast New Heights with his brother Jason, covering a range of topics from football to popular culture. Travis is also known as an active force within his community.
All right, so today we get to go ahead and help out the Boys and Girls Club in the community of Kansas City. I mean, the kids get a chance to come out here and go shopping for their family and kind of get the understanding that that giving can be just as fun, just as good as receiving. And, especially during the holidays. The holidays are meant for the family. They're meant to be around and be loved and be happy. And, I mean, it's always been a special time for myself and the ones that the loved ones that I have. So, I mean, just coming out here and being able to put a smile on a couple of these kids' faces and maybe give them a few pointers here and there to get to what to give mother for Christmas or for the holidays. So.
Do you like to give or receive? Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt, give. I mean, it's one thing to kind of receive something you were shocked of, but it's another thing to actually see the smile on someone else's face when you hand them a gift and they enjoy it and they were like, oh man, I've kind of wanted something like this. So it's just you have to be able to give something to receive something. I mean, it's a part of my heart to really be able to give something out. It's an awesome time of the year. The holidays are right around the corner, if not here already. So, I mean, heck, the lights on the plaza have already been lit. So it's one of those deals where everybody's getting in the mood of things and being able to give back to the ones that they love or the ones they care about. you have to be in the community for how much the community supports us.
And what do you do around the holidays? Do you take some time off and relax, or are you just going to be
Football's one of those deals where you if you're in the hunt, I mean, you really don't have that much time to kind of sit around. It's been fun for me this past year, just because I've been with the Chiefs and we've been able to be in the hunt for the playoffs, be in the hunt to do well in the playoffs and things like that. So it's fun to be around the team, and sometimes you get to see the family come in and exchange the gifts and sit around and eat ham and turkey and all that fun stuff. But at the same time, you gotta take care of business, and that's definitely what we want to do here.
What does it mean to play for the Chiefs? What's it like being in Kansas City? How does that mean to you?
Oh man, it's meant a lot more since I've been here. I mean, just to see how much this community rallies around the Chiefs and even the Royals at that. I mean, it's an awesome town, sports town at that. And I mean, for an athlete to come into this city after being in different cities, I've recognized different areas, and not every single city, not every single team gets as much support as Kansas City gives. So I mean, for me to be here, I just want to give back everything that they give to me, just because I mean I enjoy every single home game up at Arrowhead and everything like that. So.
1989, Swift's fifth studio album was released towards the end of 2014. The album's lead single, Shake It Off, was released in August 2014 and reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. In 2017, Swift released her sixth album, Reputation, which was also her last album under Big Machine Records. Publicized celebrity disputes and romantic relationships are what inspired the album songs, which are about love, vengeance, and ultimately finding solace in love. She then went on to sign with Republic Records in 2018 and released the eclectic pop album Lover in 2019 and the autobiographical documentary Miss Americana in 2020. She embraced indie folk and alternative rock in 2020 albums Folklore and Evermore. Folklore made Swift the first musician to have 7 albums, each selling at least 500,000 copies within the first week of release in the United States. In 2023, Swift released Midnights. She would embark on her world tour called the Eras Tour, which acts as a celebration of her past as an artist. The show is split into 10 distinct acts, which portray Swift's 10 studio albums.
This is such an incredible cultural moment that everyone gets to sort of share and experience together. We're kind of witnessing history in real time of how big this tour is, of how almost unifying it's been globally for people to kind of share friendship bracelets at the concerts and travel around the world and experience, a really massive musical moment.
The tour would inadvertently lead to Taylor Swift's next love story with football player Travis Kelce. Fans are hoping that Travis will be Taylor's endgame, referencing her song of the same name about Taylor wanting to be her lover's soulmate. The Swifties are rooting for her relationship with Travis because one of the main themes of Taylor's music is her relationships and the ups and downs that come with them.
Taylor talks a lot about the kind of trials and travails of being a high school girl and getting your heart broken. She does everything from talk about, a cute boy in her math class she has a crush on, to getting her heart broken by a boy who promised to love her forever and always. I think that for Taylor Swift, she still experiences life, love, and disappointment the way the rest of us do. And despite the fact that people may be a lot older or from different cultures or different perspectives, I think she really gets to the heart of what all of us feel in those situations, hence her incredible mainstream and widespread appeal.
Any British men on the horizon?
For what kind of horizon? There's so many different kinds of horizons.
On the romantic horizon?
I've got nothing on the romantic horizon, come on. Okay. Reem Akra. Thank you for whoever asked that.
Taylor has had numerous relationships in the public eye. Her first notable relationship was with boy band member Joe Jonas in 2008.
Yeah, so after she started getting some success, suddenly, other famous people are interested in her, and she has a dating life. And at one point, she was seeing Joe Jonas of the Jonas Brothers, and wasn't hesitant, didn't bat an eye in talking about that he had called her up on the phone to break up. And she said, I clocked it. I looked at my cell phone record after he was done, and it was 27 seconds. He spent 27 seconds on the phone breaking up, and I think that's bad. And she writes about that stuff.
The following year, Taylor would date Twilight star Taylor Lautner. Although their relationship was short-lived, the pair have remained friends. In the years following, Taylor would date people such as Calvin Harris, John Mayer, Harry Styles, and Jake Gyllenhaal. Her lovers would inspire some of her most popular songs. Travis also has a public dating history. He even had a dating reality show called Catching Kelsey, and its winner, Maya Benberry, became his girlfriend in 2016. He has also dated sports journalist Kaya Nicole. Before Travis, Taylor was dating actor Joe Alwyn for 6 years. Their relationship was subject to intense tabloid scrutiny. It is also notable that it was rare for Joe and Taylor to be seen together. Joe Alwyn is a British actor, most known for his role in Sally Rooney's Conversations with Friends. It is thought that Joe inspired much of Taylor's Lover album. They were first linked back in 2017 and kept their relationship private. Alwyn told Total Film in 2018 that, for me, I just don't feel it's something I want to offer up to be picked apart by people who don't know about it, and it's just not theirs to have. The pair broke up ultimately because of personality differences. Joe's desire for a more private relationship is complicated when Taylor is the biggest star in the world. Taylor's relationship with Joe feels utterly opposite to her public relationship with Travis. The pair may be more compatible in dealing with their fame and celebrity. Detractors of Taylor and Travis's relationship have suggested conspiracy theories that the relationship is a publicity ploy, or even that the relationship is a ploy to benefit Democrats in the elections.
Local radio is now grappling with conspiracy theorists, the prospect of Swift endorsing Biden causing, well, bad blood.
The last couple of weeks as well has been filled with thoughts as to whether or not the game is secretly being rigged. Are you standing by that prediction, Mike Crispy?
Something is going on with Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, and the NFL, and it's not organic.
Good morning, Victor. Go.
I couldn't give two shakes of a rat's tail who Taylor Swift endorses.
Despite their detractors, it is clear that Taylor and Travis are two stars at the top of their fields. So what would they have to gain by faking a romance? As Travis and Taylor's relationship progresses, the pair are simultaneously reaching new heights in their careers. Each seem to be proud of watching the other in their prime. In 2024, Taylor won the Grammy for Best Album for Midnights. It is made her the artist who has won the award the most times, winning it 4 times. The Grammy win cements her status as one of the most consistently successful and critically lauded pop stars of all time.
This is the dream come true. It's like I've never been presumptuous about dreams, and when you have crazy dreams like, I wonder what it would be like to win a Grammy someday, I never actually could fathom that it might happen until I was walking up there and winning one.
Her Eras Tour has had unprecedented success. The film has become the highest-grossing concert movie of all time. The tour is the first to pass $1 billion in gross. The show is a 44-song, 3 hours long victory lap celebration of her career thus far.
I just feel very lucky to get to take my music to the places I've gotten to take it to. Just geographically, I never thought I'd get to go to these places in my life. And the fact that I get to go to these places and play music I've written about my life, and look down into the crowd and know that the fans relate to that in some way, even though they live halfway across the world, it's an honor.
Well, Taylor has said, the dream of her life, what drove her all the way through her childhood, was the idea of being on stage and having people in the audience singing every word of her song back to her. And she said recently that started to happen, where she sings and she hears the audience singing everything with her. It means a lot to her. That was her dream, and that was the focus of all those lonely years trying to make it in Nashville that kept her going.
She is both this massive star, but her audience feels like she's almost their best friend.
I actually went to a Taylor Swift concert, and I was surrounded by screaming 14-year-old girls. And I have to say, despite the fact that I'm probably a little old to be a fan, it was a fantastic evening. She has a great amount of enthusiasm. She's a natural performer. She loves her fans, and I think she obviously sings from the heart. And I think that resonates with people of all ages.
In 2023, she became Spotify's Global Artist of the Year, amassing a whopping 26 billion streams worldwide. Her impact on her fans around the world has become undeniable.
Taylor has talked a lot about how she's an overachiever. She's very driven and very motivated, and she doesn't want to be known for anything bad. She wants to be known for only good things. She's obviously someone who's very hard on herself, but has a tremendous amount of self-belief and determination.
Every city that she was at in the Eras Tour.
Misty Hegenes teaches Swiftonomics. Yes, it's a thing at Kansas University.
There's a lot of economic effects, not only in local economies with the Eras Tour over the summer, there's tangible effects on the NFL as a business.
While Taylor dominates the field of music, Travis and his team, the Kansas City Chiefs, also seem to be on their A-game. In 2024, the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Like Taylor's Grammy win, Travis celebrated the win with his team.
I love you, boy. What do you want to do with it on me? You know it leaders, boy.
Yeah, man, we came in with the mindset of we needed everybody to come through. Whether it was on the sideline, making sure the energy's up, or just doing your 111th on the field. And I feel like we came through and had a good team win right there.
Amazing, man. It's a blessing, man. For me out here to be legendary and have 2 back-to-back, man, it's an amazing feeling.
Throughout the Super Bowl, the impact of Travis and Taylor's relationship could be felt.
It's estimated 200 million Americans watched the Super Bowl, a record audience, drawing in more women than ever before.
Love her, huge Swiftie. I got back into football because of Taylor, and the Chiefs Kingdom has been really welcoming, so it's been extremely fun to get back into football.
They have become an iconic power couple, influencing both the worlds of football and music. After the Super Bowl, Travis and Taylor were photographed sharing an embrace on the field.
I feel like my life has been very Cinderella-esque in a way because I never expected any of this to happen to me.
She has become a worldwide celebrity through her songwriting and musical talent. He has become an example of how hard work and dedication to your craft pays off. From the stages of music to the fields of football, Taylor and Travis wield a profound impact, united in their influence.